I'm on a quest to complete all the mainline FNAF games on their max difficulties, and it's finally time to play what some people consider the most horrifying game of the bunch, Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Bro, is that what the breathing sounds like? What the f was that? Dude, that scared the piss out of me. The achievement for doing this in FNAF 4 is rare. We're talking only 0.18% of gamers have even done this. And I think it's because this is the most unique FNAF game so far. You don't have a job, you don't have to worry about the power, and there are 8 nights to beat instead of 7. Dude, this inflation is getting out of control. It's even impacting the number of days in the week. Okay, anyway. In this game, you play as a child who's trying to stop the animatronics from entering your bedroom and ending you. Which means if I want to beat the notoriously terrifying 420 mode, I'll have to not only learn the mechanics, I'll have to face every fear in the goddamn book. And that adventure begins on night 1. Acclimating to the gameplay changes is always the hardest part of starting a new FNAF game, and to compensate for the learning curve, the first night is normally free. And, yeah, that's not the case this time around. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know if there was breathing there. That's fucking scared me though. Because of the drastic shift in gameplay, FNAF 4 does give you tooltips to explain the basics of the game. And this much help immediately made me realize something was going to be different this time around. You see, this game has very little to manage compared to the previous games. There's a door on the left and the right side of the room that lead to the hallway, a bed located behind you, and then a closet in front of you between the 2 hallway doors. Surviving the first night was done by literally following the game's on-screen directions and just rambling to myself about how this is already more terrifying than the last 3 games combined. This game's so much scarier, bro. What happens when I go upstairs to bed tonight and I'm scared that I gotta fucking sprint to my closet like a Marine and start fucking, jumping into cover here. Listening for steps. Who's that? My cat? No, it's the fucking demon. Dude, this game is so scary compared to the other ones. Holy shit. It's too real, man. It's too fucking real. Achievement unlocked, though. The uniqueness of FNAF 4 doesn't stop at the things I mentioned earlier. One of the big differences is that the strategies and methods to survive the earlier nights are the same ones that are used to survive the harder nights. You just have to execute them better if you want to avoid getting jump scared by Big Bird. I didn't even hear him, bro. Dude, I didn't hear it. I heard like crickets. What was that? This is the first FNAF game that I didn't have to look up specific animatronic behavior to understand what the hell was going on. And it's because things are actually quite straightforward in the first few nights. The first thing to deal with is the hallway doors. Bonnie dominates the left hallway and Chica controls the right hallway. Managing hallway health is one of the 3 primary things you need to do in this game. And the reason it's so difficult is that it's done almost entirely with audio cues, which is a problem when you're someone like me who normally doesn't stop talking. Okay, I did hear it there, but I didn't know that's what it was. Oh, bro. You gotta play this game like a fucking bat? What is going on here? When you approach a hallway door, you need to listen to see if an animatronic is standing there breathing. If they are, you need to close the door and wait for them to walk away. If you don't hear it, you can shine the light or just leave. The concept is simple. The problem is that the audio was designed for people who love to listen to those ASMR videos where people tap their nails on the mic. And they're quieter than a silent fart. For example, this is what it sounds like when playing versus what it sounds like when I boosted it to 3 times the in-game levels. Once you become familiar with the sounds, and you remember to wait for the breathing at the door and also count the footsteps to know the animatronics are leaving, your chance of survival goes way up. But the game has the audacity to play other sounds randomly that interfere with your ability to hear the cues correctly. And it's the most frustrating thing in the entire game. Fuck you, bro. God damn, man. Why did it sound like he left? Oh, this fucking game is so ass. Dude, it's pissing me off so much. Because I'm tired of getting scared, bro. This basic understanding of the audio got me through night 2 with only a few deaths. But things were gonna get so much worse before they ever got better. Fortunately, the easiest mechanic in the whole game is the one I was gonna deal with next, which is the bed. On night 3, I added it to my rotation where I would check the doors and then afterwards I would check the bed. You see, over the night, nightmare bears will accumulate and you have to flash them roughly every 15 to 20 seconds to make them disappear. I literally never died to this. But if your flashlight starts spazzing out, it means it's time to check on them and hopefully get them to buzz off before you get ganked. Night 4 is when shit starts to hit the proverbial fan, and it's because everyone's least favorite fox makes his presence very known. Let me explain why Foxy sucks. Again, over the course of the night, Foxy will run between the hallway doors, and it's really easy to pinpoint where he's going because it sounds like this. If you hear Foxy outside the door and you flash the light, you'll actually see him retreat, and at this point he's considered reset. Keeping Foxy in the hallway for as long as possible helps so much when it comes to getting deep into the night. The reason this is necessary is because Foxy will get into the closet if given the opportunity, and if he does, you now have to manage a third door. This makes the timings incredibly tight, since you need to hold the door closed for about 6 seconds to reset Foxy back to a stuffed animal form. If this happens early in the night, one wrong decision will literally end your run, since all of the tiny errors tend to snowball and build up to a death. I had a good run on night 4 though, and I managed to get it done despite having an early Foxy in the closet. Bro, I don't want to talk about it. Now, night 5 is when FNAF 4 really shows its true colors, and it gives a hint of what's to come. This night only contains one animatronic, Fredbear. I'm confused. Hey, that guy's ass. But if you want to see someone who's good, maybe you should subscribe to me. In this next year, I'm going to be doing some pretty crazy challenges, such as Left 4 Dead 2 on Expert Realism and Evil Within Zakumu mode. These videos are going to be great, and I don't want you to miss them. So you subscribe, and I'll pass it back to the guy who sucks at FNAF 4. Everything I've told you about this game up until this point will be needed again later, but Night 5 is designed to get you familiar with the moveset of the actual final boss of 420 mode. This means the only animatronic to deal with here is Fredbear, and it's really important to learn quick. Similar to Foxy, Fredbear runs between the hallway doors and telegraphs his movements by slapping his flipper feet on the hardwood floor. But instead of listening for breathing at the door, you need to shine your light and then close it until you hear him run away. If you mess it up, you lose. It was such a mistake. Oh my god, I was done. What is this fake laugh bullshit? Right. There's actually one more piece to this puzzle. If Fredbear laughs, there are 3 things that could have happened. He's teleported to the closet and you have to hold the door closed. He's on the bed and you need to flash the light on him. Or he's pulling your leg and the laugh was fake, and now he's in the hallway preying on your downfall. Telling if a laugh was fake is the main skill check in the later nights, and it comes down to if you heard him running during or after the laugh. But my strategy was a bit more sophisticated, and it was going to involve just hoping I could guess right, because it never seemed super consistent, but that strat did get me through night 5. Now that the basic animatronic movements have been outlined, I can finally show you why this achievement is so rare. Starting on night 6, the final gameplay loop is revealed. From 12 AM to 4 AM, I have to deal with the animatronics from the first 4 nights. But at 4 AM, Fredbear takes over exclusively, and I have to fully change my playstyle to counter it. Fortunately, he's kind of the easy part of night 6 if you can get there. Okay. Somehow that was easier than fucking all the other nights, apparently. Dude, I forgot the transitions. It transitions at like 4 o'clock. I'm looking around, I'm lost, I'm confused, I'm dazed and confused. This has all been leading up to the final 2 nights. And now that I've explained the 4 AM transition, let's talk about the final animatronic, Nightmare, and see how he slots into this whole rotation. Oh, I'm fucked, aren't I? Go. On night 7, we have to deal with the same rotation as night 6, but instead of dealing with Fredbear at 4 AM, we deal with Nightmare. They have the same moveset, but Nightmare has a much shorter kill timer than Fredbear does, and making a mistake basically means game over. Again, this kind of assumes that you make it to 4 AM. Getting consistent with the first 4 hours of the night was tough. And part of the issue, which I alluded to earlier, was that the sound cues are certifiably ass. Dude, how is it possible to hear him walk away, shine the light, and he's there? What the fuck is that? Something I didn't know about the later nights at the time is that the animatronics are so aggressive that they can leave the door like you'd expect them to and then immediately come back and jump scare you, which means you're supposed to listen for a few seconds after opening the door, which I, of course, didn't know to do. My strategy here was centered around turning up my headset loud enough to make me deaf, and then praying that Bonnie and Chica would either beat each other up or get lost in the hallway for just long enough that Daddy Nightmare could pull up and fake laugh all over me. Fuck, bro. How do you know if it's fake or real? I don't understand. He runs, he stops running, he laughs, and I'm fucked. I guess, do you always check door first, then bed and closet maybe? I don't know, bro. The key to getting through the 4 to 6 AM segment was making educated guesses when I heard a laugh and shaving off a few seconds by not using the flashlight to check the doors. If you know Nightmare is at a hallway or closet door, there is no need to use the flashlight. That fraction of a second might be the difference maker if you guessed wrong and need to check one more location. There's also a limit to the number of real laughs Nightmare can do, so if by some miracle he does 2 real laughs, the rest of the ones you hear are fake. But that fact wasn't even relevant to me when I managed to finish night 7. Holy shit. Dude. Oh, that is so fucking nerve-wracking, bro. This dude trying to juke me out in the hallways, hit me with one of those, like, brother. God damn. Now what is this? Let me in the box, hey? Now all that's left is completing 420 mode, and that starts by inputting the code XYXYXYXY when hovering over night 7 in the main menu. That's how you unlock 2020 mode. I'm over here inputting the goddamn Konami code to get in here. Brother, keep it locked away. I shouldn't have even used the code. God damn. Having died 20 times on Nightmare mode, I was expecting 420 to be exponentially worse, since all the animatronics are on max aggression, which means they'll be using almost every opportunity they have to fuck me. Based on everything I've learned, my basic strategy was going to revolve around following Foxy's footsteps and then checking the door that he's specifically at for Bonnie or Chica. After checking 2 doors, I'll clear the bears off the bed and repeat. On attempt 1, that didn't go so well since Foxy was in the closet at 1 AM. Okay. Kinda wish that guy had stayed out there a little bit longer, eh? On the second attempt, I was actually keeping up with the plan with very little errors, and I even kept Foxy out of the closet until halfway through 2 AM. But as I was approaching the Nightmare boundary at 4, I got a little sloppy with my closet management, and it taught me a valuable lesson. 4 AM. Bro, it's 4 AM! How are you attacking me? Oh no! We got scammed. How do you die to Foxy after 4 AM? I don't know. Nobody knows. It's bullshit is what it is. Getting a death that I thought was BS this early into my 420 attempts had me a little on edge. And during attempt 3, you can see exactly what the results of that was. Couldn't tell because that fucking dumbass radio, bro. God damn, that is fucking ass. I'm tired of getting scared, bro. Fuck this game. On my 4th attempt, I told myself that I needed to calm down and just accept that there are things I can't fully control. And in a game like FNAF 4, you just need to focus on the strategy because that's all you can really do. That quick mental pep talk was enough to refocus my energy into just following the plan. And I made it to the 4 a.m. boundary without even letting Foxy into the closet. Now all I needed to do was wait in the center of the room until I heard Nightmare stop, then I could run up to the door and prevent the jump scare. I just needed to make sure that I didn't mess up the fake laughs. I gambled that it was fake. Bro, he was laughing and running at the same time. Is that not fake? That sucks, man. Oh, this game makes me mad. FNAF 2 was so much more fun. Now, I don't know why, but attempt 5 is when everything just clicked. From my timings to the animatronic RNG, I was hitting every single operation with maximum efficiency, and it led to a near perfect run. Got in the closet, bastard. Holy fuck! Bro, I can feel my heart in my ears. My whole fucking chest is shaking. Dude, are you fucking kidding me right now? Only one laugh, multiple long runs, fucking perfect RNG. Foxy doesn't even get in the closet until 4 a.m. Holy shit, Foxy, get out of the closet. It's fucking 2025. We accept you, brother. Get the fuck out and get out of my house, though. Oh my god. Well, there you have it. FNAF 4's max mode has been conquered and another rare achievement has been earned. If you want to be here for the next one, you should definitely subscribe. But until then, you can check out my FNAF 2 video right here.